Hello you guys, you are watching Fortune Beaker Chess. Today I brought you a game played 17 years ago by a 3 times Pakistan champion FM Tanveer Gillani. Regarding the match, it was Pakistan versus Japan and he was playing against Kim Youngsoo. So let's just straightly dive into this brilliant Scotch game. So Tanveer Gillani has a white pieces and King Youngsoo has a black pieces. So the game features Scotch. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6 and d4. E takes d4 and knight takes e4. Now this is a Scotch main line and you can play many variation from here. You can play bishop to c5, which is a classical main line. You can play knight to f6, which is a bit tricky one. So let's see how the game goes. We have bishop to c5 and from bishop to c5 you can do many things. You can either play bishop to e3 where queen to f6 c3 line goes, or you can play knight back to b3. So after bishop to c5, Tanveer Gillani plays knight to b3 and his opponent saves his knight by playing bishop to b6. And if I was playing as a white, I should consider like knight to c3, go bishop to d3, castle, and playing a safe, calm variation. But that's why I'm not a Pakistan champion. Here Tanveer Gillani plays a4. Now this is not a blitz game, this is a very serious classical game in the Olympiad where best players in their countries play against each other. So let's see how aggressive Tanveer Gillani played. So after a4, his opponent plays queen to h4. Now here is a bit of the tricky line because if you play g3 you are losing a pawn like this, and if you are, let's say, 1900 2000, you will eventually play queen to e2, but if you are 600 you will just play bishop to e2 and hang the rook. So g3 is not a valuable option, so you have to play queen to e2. This was played in the game. And then we have knight to f6, and here Tanveer Gillani played a5. There is only one way to save the game, and that is knight to d4. And then we have knight takes d4 and bishop takes d4. And then Tanveer Gillani plays rook to a4. Hardly 10 moves in the game and rook is on the 4th rank. And here his opponent plays a big blunder, bishop to c5. Now here you can just directly go e5 because you can take the rook, but everything is going to fall, like takes, takes. If you move there, takes, takes. You can give a check and win a 2-piece for a rook. But Tanveer Gillani has a bit of the better option. He just don't want to lose a rook for the 2 pieces, so he plays bishop to c4. So with e5, now your rook is not hanging and you are losing a piece by force. So here his opponent plays a castle. Now you can just play e5 and just win a piece, but Tanveer Gillani was a bit patient and plays g3. Now there is no way he can actually defend this bishop. If he goes there, you can just take and take the bishop. He can go there because a bishop is covering the square, and anywhere he go, he's losing a queen. So here he plays queen to h5 and Tanveer Gillani just took, and before just capturing with the knight, the bishop just surrendered with the dignity and plays bishop takes f2 and king takes f2 and knight takes queen, and then we have rook takes c7 and knight to f6. Now here Tanveer Gillani is completely winning, and let's see how he finishes the game. We have knight to c3 and knight to g4 check. We have king to g2 and then we have f5, and then a good display of how you just activate your pieces with the force. Bishop to c4 check, king to h8, and then a good move, rook to f1, because you can't just take a pawn because you're getting checkmated. Then we have d6, and then we have knight to b5. Everything is just falling for the black. Then we have knight to e5, just playing. Then we have knight takes on d6, and we have rook to d8, and then we have knight takes f5, and then we have bishop takes f5, then we have rook takes f5, and then knight takes c4, and then we have rook takes c4. Black is just completely lost here because he has 4 pawns and black has 6 pawns plus a piece. Then we have rook to d1, and then we have rook to f1, then we have rook to d7 and bishop to e3, then we have h6, then we have bishop to d4, then we have rook to e7, c3, king to h7, and after b4 black had enough and he resigned the game. So technically black lost the game on the move 9 or 10, and he just played on, so he can just doesn't count in a miniature, but is what a miniature indeed. So thanks for watching the game, and see you soon all.